welcome. So I have a question for you. Since beauty lies in the eye of the beholder, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Well, for me, I see a life of value that's been nurtured by my own inner reflections, my hopes and my dreams, always optimistic but never fully satisfied with who I have been or who I might become. And you're wondering what I'm talking about. So I'm just basically saying to you, I'm a work in progress, and I'm guessing you are too since you're here. I don't care what age we get, we should always be a work in progress, continually evolving, learning, and growing. So my channel, New Age Beauty, by the way, welcome to my third video. My name's Linda, and the channel is devoted to learning from one another through the magic of social media about how we can be more and feel more beautiful inside and out, mind, body, and spirit. So from the 1970s, now into my 70s, I have been working every single day of my life to be a little better today than yesterday. And now at 75, I have had a lot of experience working on myself, never allowing me to give up on me. And my channel is about feeling more confident as we age so that we can live up to our own expectations and aspirations. One of the many things we can do for ourselves is take advantage of makeup, which has been a huge passion of mine since 1970, when at the age of 19, I won Best Makeup at a pageant in New York City of top models from around the country. So that was huge for me. I was thrilled that I was considered to be the best at something by such a tough audience. I was recruited by the top agencies and some of the top cosmetics companies from around the world. But that wasn't meant to be. I came home to discover that my life had taken a sad turn the following week, so I was never able to follow that dream. But to this day, I still enjoy applying makeup. So I dabble, I experiment, I evolve, and I continue to work on being a little better today than yesterday. Some may feel that makeup is only about vanity, but to me, it's about us facing the world with an inner and outer glow that comes from deep within ourselves, where we are still that little girl who dreams and aspires. It's fun, it's creative, and it makes us smile a little more. And anything that makes us smile a little more on the inside or the outside is beautiful to me. So I decided to do my first makeup video about products I have used the longest. Several of these I've used for 20, 30 years, and they have not been replaced because I haven't found anything any better. In fact, some of these you may actually have or have used in the past, and I'd love to hear about that in the comments. I have new ones that I use now that I'll also be sharing in a future video. So after spending 57 plus years playing with makeup, I've come to truly understand that it's really about contrast and color. So contrast, you're starting with a blank canvas and you want to diminish the things that you want to have recede, and you want to highlight the things that you want to have come forward, creating, a better shape. And then you add color to enhance your features, your eyes, your cheeks, etc. So it's really about, combining those two things, and it's more art than it is science. But now I'm going to do a get ready with me. So this is not an actual tutorial. It's kind of like a rough draft because I'm trying to figure out how I can look in the mirror and show you what I'm doing and still get the job done. So it's a little bit experimental on my part, and I apologize for that, but I will get better at all of this as time goes on. So here I go. I'm going to do a full face with products that are 20 years old or more. Okay, here we go. I'm making my very first makeup video. So I'm going to show you products I have been using literally for over 20 years. Now, I am always trying new products, looking for something that can be a little bit better in some way. But these, I've never found any replacements for them that I like better, so I continue to use them, some for as much as 30 years. So what I've done so far is I have prepped my skin to prepare for putting on makeup. And the products I've used for that, so starting with Bobbi Brown's Vitamin Enriched Face Base with vitamin E. This is wonderful because it melts right into your skin and it just gives you a wonderfully moisturized foundation for your foundation. It also smells good and it's very calming. I have skin that gets irritated very easily, and so every product that I put on my face, unless it's something to exfoliate and something that, you want to have do some kind of harsh treatment on you to make your skin better. If it's not that kind of product, then I want it to calm, feel good, and smell good, and of course, deliver the results. So this absolutely does that. And I also use her matching eye base. So this just creates a nice emollient texture under your eyes to help hide the crepey skin and to prepare it for concealer. Then I use the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. They've now reformulated this, but it's also equally good, if not better. And this helps just kind of smooth out the lines and prepare your skin for foundation, and also makes it moisturized as well. Great, great product. Then on my eyes, on my eyelids, I use this P. Louise base. Now, I don't remember how long I've been using this, but I have yet to find anything that comes close to it. It just really creates a nice smooth texture, and your eyeshadow just, grabs it very nicely. And then the final prep product I use, I love, love, love. It's Dr. Jart's Beauty Balm, and it's a tinted moisturizer. And this is the one I've been using, I think, at least 30 years. It has an SPF of 45, so I use this for sunscreen protection. Now, if I'm going to be out in direct sun, like on a boat or something like that, then I use, a real sunblock under whatever it is that I'm wearing on my skin. But this is what I use every day, and I absolutely swear by it. And through my point of view, smells wonderful. I'm sure not everybody likes it, but and it has this calming kind of menthol feel to it. So this may be my favorite product of everything I'm going to talk about today. So that's how I prep. Then I start applying on top of that. So now I'm going to show you the only serious luxury product, but in fact, it lasts such a long time that I found it to be very cost effective. This concealer, Clos de Peau, I have been using for, it might be 40 years, certainly been every bit of 30 years. And it is like second skin, and it covers everything. So I have put some of this concealer on a brush and just going to be applying it right under the eyes and the dark spots. So, the whole goal is to just cover whatever the dark areas are under your eyes. And I know a lot of people say less is more. I don't believe that. I believe more is more. As long as it's put on, whatever you're putting on your face needs to be the right color, and you need to blend it well. But sometimes if you put on too little, it just looks, uneven and looks less natural. So that's my policy. Now, a lot of it depends. I think when you're younger, you're more comfortable showing more of your skin underneath. And there's a lot of people who believe that as you get older, the older you get, the less you should wear. And I totally disagree with that. I just think you need to be careful what it is, that it's blending in really nicely. So that's how I've covered my eyes. It's very, very simple in this case. I'm not doing any contouring. Makeup is about creating contrast. What you want to do is you want to darken any areas that you want to have recede, and you want to lighten any areas that you want to highlight. And so that's why contouring, and we're going to do some under the cheekbones, but on another video I'll show you how you can get really in depth and really can help the shape of your face look better. Now, I use generally liquid or cream foundations. I did not have any that I've been using for this length of time. So I'm going to be using powder today, mineral powders. So the next tutorial I do on makeup will be very, very different. Okay, now, next step is I am going to use a mineral powder that you may never have heard of. It's called a Lima Pure, and it's a small niche brand. They have lots and lots and lots of colors. It's very similar to that product. Oh gosh, it's not going to come to me now. But there is a very famous mineral powder, but that one breaks out my skin, and this one doesn't. So anyway, I'm going to put it on with a thick brush, thick dense brush, which will grab it, kind of press it into the skin. I know this is exciting. I should have shaken this out before, but I'm into this now, so too far into the video to start over. Learning, learning, learning. What not to do next time. All right, I also just realized I don't have all the holes showing, so I'm not getting as much product out. Okay, here we go. Now I find that liquid and cream goes on a lot faster than this does. But it gives a really nice, smooth, natural finish, and it is all natural. So it's very friendly to the environment. And it creates a smooth, nice, smooth finish where you can put other products on top of it. So here is a product that I think should be a cult favorite. I think maybe it used to be, but now there's so many products out there, it's hard to stay on top of the pile, I guess. But this is called Kali Contour. It's by Smashbox. And if I could only take 3 or 4 products with me when I was going away, this would be one of them, because it has so many different versions of powder in here that you can use in a variety of different ways. So this is what I use to contour. So I'm going to start by taking a slanted brush, and I'm going to take this top one here that is the contour color, and I'm going to put that on, and I'm just going to run it right under my cheekbone. Both sides. Now this happens to be a great color. There's just no color to it. It's just the color of shadow. Going to run it along the top of my forehead. I have a high forehead, so I like to shorten it a little bit by contouring with a darker shade, again, to help it recede a little bit. So I do that. Then I run it under the jawline. And that helps sharpen the jaw. And if you want, you don't like, you want to hide, anything that you want to hide, you should darken. And darken it with, kind of a natural color. That's what I love about this one. It's the color of shadow. And that will help the other areas that you're not darkening stand out more. So that's creating contour. So I like to shorten my chin just a little bit by putting some there. Then the other thing that's in here that I really like is they have a brightening powder that is so pigmented that it really seriously brightens up whatever you put it on. So I use that, and I use that every day that I put makeup on. And I put that right in the corner of my eyes. Right here, because everybody has a little darkness right there. So that just brightens that up, that inner corner. I also put it right under my brow. Just like that. It's that simple, but great product for that. I have not found anything else that does a better job of that. Okay, then the other thing I do with it is I help to shape the eye. Now I'm going to be adding eyeshadow too, but I take this top left one, and it's the bronzer that's included in it, and I actually put that above my brow, above the recessed part of my brow. I have very deep set eyes, and oh, by the way, in case you didn't notice, I wear eyelashes. Those are my own extensions that I do myself, and I always wear them. So see, by putting that on, that helps the top part of your eye, or wherever you put it, recede a little bit. It also warms it up, and it looks actually very natural. So we're going to come back to this palette. So then the next thing I'm going to do is put on some eyeshadow. Now this palette's by Urban Decay. It's called Naked. And they have reformulated this recently. This is the version before, but they've been making this for many, many years. And it just has very neutral, soft tones in it that have a pink undertone. They also have a different version that's warmer, but I have cool undertones in my skin, so I always tend towards, ones that are a little on the pinky, taupey side. So I'm just going to take one of these, and unfortunately I can't read the name of it, but it's a taupe color right here in the middle of the palette, and going to put that on a fluffy but pointed dome-shaped brush, and I'm going to put that in the crease. What's the goal? To give your eye shape. So I don't know if you can see what that did, but it is accentuating the crease, but because I have a heavy brow, I'm also pulling it up a little bit to diminish that brow area a little bit, because remember, dark recedes. So, doing the same thing now on the other side quickly. Now, if you have more hooded eyes, what you really want to do is take a shade like this and tone them down. Help them recede, by using this type of tone. And then we're going to take a lighter one, a lighter color. And I'm going to take one that has, I'm going to take this one here from the left, fourth over from the left, which is just a very natural skin color with a little bit of pink in it. And put it over this part of the eye, the inner corner, into the middle. So I'm creating dimension, but not a lot. It's not really strong. It's kind of soft. Then I'm going to do a darker, actually going to start by putting the darkest color all the way on the outside, on the outer part of the eye. Now, one trick is to make your eyes look larger and elongate them and lift them. You don't want to line past the highest point of your eye. So for me, the highest point of the eye is right here. So when you're looking at the eyeball, you look for the center part that's the most, the widest part, and then you do shadow or eyeliner from that point over. If you take it from there into there, you want it to be much, much, much thinner, because that'll help reshape your eye and lift your eye. So I'm going to do the same thing quickly on the other side. Again, taking it from its widest point out, and then a little bit out at the outer edge. So I think that looks pretty good. I can't really tell, to be honest with you. I won't know till I see the video. So I'm winging it. All right, and then what I do is I take a fluffier brush and I will just go over it with circular motions to blend and soften the lines, the edges. So blending is hugely important. We'll have another video on brushes, which is so important. The tools you use are just huge. Okay, then I'm going to take a little of the shiny version, second one in, and I'm going to put that right at the center, just to give a little bit of sparkle and dimension to the eye. So because that's light, and because it has a little bit of sparkle in it, it brings that out even more. So I don't know if you can see anything, but hopefully you can. Okay, so for under the eye, you want to take a soft tone, not too dark, and just go all under the entire lower eye. And then take a darker one. I like this charcoal gray. Just put a little bit on the tip, not too much, and then I'll go on the outer part only, and then drag that up to meet the dark shadow that I put on the upper eye. And again, you want to do that, take the widest part, what is where it starts to curve up, and then take it from that point out. Don't do dark from the center point of your eye in, because it'll just close it in. That way you're making your eyes look bigger. If you go more towards the inside of it, you're going to make your eyes look smaller. So I hope that looks okay. You can see now from this mirror, I'm learning a lot as I go in terms of what I need to do next time. So this is a learning experience. But I think that looks pretty good. I believe, I hope. Okay, so now I'm going to do brows. And I'm going to use the famous Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz that's been around forever and ever. I have now moved on. I don't use this one as much. I've now moved on to another one that I'll show when I do my current favorites, of which some of these things will be included. But you'll see I'm just taking, and it's hard to do your brows this way where you're pretty far from the mirror, but I'm going to do the best I can. And you want to pull up as you get older. You want to create a deeper brow, a brow that looks fuller, because all of our brows thin out as we get older, but you want to pull it up. So I'm just drawing little lines. And then I have no eyelashes. I have a bad thyroid, so I have no eyelashes from the arch down. So I have to totally draw that on. And I'm trying to use little short strokes. I'm not sure how it's going to look up close. Anyway, so there's that one. I'm also doing it fast because I'm on video. But normally I take a little bit more time to do my brows because it needs it. But again, thicker and higher. Almost done. All right, I hope that's okay. I'm not going to look too close. Okay then, now I can see already that I need to smooth this out a bit. All right, so now I'm going to move on to blush, and for that, I'm going to be using 3 different products, actually 4. So one is Jane Ireland, has a pure pressed blush in Barely Rose, and I like this because it just brightens your skin. And I'm going to put it on with in the spirit of this video, a brush I've been using probably 30 years. And this is the IT Cosmetics brush, their most famous brush. And you can put on cream, blushes or foundations with it, or powders. It really is very universal. And that's got this side, which is great for applying bronzer. Excuse me. Problem solved. Okay, so... and I'm going to save that one for the bronzer, and I'm going to put this blush on with her other famous one, and you can see how worn this is, but it's a slanted brush. It's great for blush. I'm just going to put that on to brighten the skin. And then I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, back to the Cali contour, and I'm going to take a smaller brush and put a little more under here. And take this bigger slanted brush that I just used, put the bronzer from that contour kit, and go over all of it. And that gives you a kind of a sun-kissed look. So you've got the dark underneath, and you've got the pink sort of at the center. And now I'm going to take the famous NARS Orgasm Blush. And I'm just going to lightly put that on because this can be too much on me sometimes. So I just very lightly put some over the cheek area, and it has some glow in it. That's why I don't like to use too much. I think when you get older, you have to be very careful not to overglow because it shows all the inconsistencies in your face. So I think you have to be very strategic with glow products. So I want to just blend this all together. So I think the next thing is lips. Now, lips are one of my favorite areas. I've always had very full lips, and people always think, oh, well, she's obviously had a lot of filler. Well, my lips used to be fuller. And I actually had a bad accident several years ago, many years ago now, and I fell head first, face first, right on this, the center of this lip, slightly to this side. So I have scar tissue under here, and I had 18 stitches up inside my face. I was so lucky it was not worse than that. But anyway, so a little bit askew here. So I try and fix that when I put lip liner on. So this is MAC, and this is the color Dervish. So this is like one of the closest colors I can find that matches my lip tone. So starting with finding a lip liner that matches your skin, the color of your lips rather, and then creating a line right inside your lip at first. But when you do it, don't take the line all the way to the outside of the lip. Go up above the lip a little bit at first and down, but don't catch this corner. Because if you do that, that's going to drag your mouth down. So then here, this part, you want to bring it up, but again, inside the lip line. Now, the bottom center part, you want to go outside the lip line. Just a little bit. To basically contour your lips. And the same thing on the top, just a little bit. Then what I do is I will, I'll put on a lipstick that I like, staying pretty much just inside where I have put the pencil. And this is MAC again, because 20 to 30 years is what I promised. And this is in the color Bombshell. And then in the very center of that, I use a color called Gel. And that ends up having a contoured look to your lips, which makes them look fuller and younger, I think. So that's how I do my lips. Then back to under the eyes, I do put a little bit of mascara under on the lower lashes. Because I wear lashes on top, I don't need mascara there. So that is very simple, I think. You probably think it's too much. Oh, and I also love this hula that Benefit has been making forever. So if you want a little bit more of a sun-kissed look, you just take a little bit of this on a brush and put it wherever you want it. I put it on the cheeks, forehead, chin, sometimes down here. So it gives you a little bit more of a glow, but not too much. Be careful with the glitter. Then the last step is to spray your face, which will help take down some of the powderiness, because I usually use more cream products with powder on top, but this is essentially all powder, so it's very important, I think, to use a spritz. And I use the All Nighter by Urban Decay. I've actually moved on to a different one now that is my favorite that I'll be sharing with you. So that's pretty much it. Not probably as well organized as it could have been, but I'm just learning. And now I know some things I need to do in the next video. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. All the products I shared with you today are linked in the description box below the video. My channel, New Age Beauty, is going to cover a lot of topics about how we can feel and be more beautiful inside and out as we age. If you would like to follow me on this journey, just click on the subscription button below and hit the notification bell so you will know when I upload new videos. And if you found some value in today's video, please click on the like button or leave a comment. I hope you will decide to join me to share the beauty in all of us. Have a beautiful day.